Hello, everyone. Sir Heroescape here, going live here for a few minutes anyway. I'll probably spend maybe 10-15 minutes with you guys. And then for those of you that missed this live stream, you guys can go ahead and watch it later. But yeah, we've reached 1,000 subscribers. Pretty exciting, you guys. Hey, there we go. Cheap Panda Format 101. Welcome, guys. So 1,000 subscribers today, and pretty exciting. So obviously we've only got a few of you on at this time, but I'll post this on the channel later for other people to see. Ryan Austin, welcome, my friend. So just going to kind of talk out loud and just kind of chill here for a few minutes, 10, 15 minutes or so, and then I'll get on with doing my homework. But yeah, we've got 1,000 subscribers. Huge milestone for me. I never would have imagined hitting 1,000. Holy crap. I mean, you look at some of the OGs like Brandon Weicker. Who are the other two guys? Man, Lego Boy and Captain Canuck. I think they had like 600 or 700. Red Panda, welcome. 600 or 700 subscribers, and I was kind of always thinking in the back of my mind when I started, I was like, man, I don't really care that, you know, we that I get, you know, maybe 100 or 200, but I never would have imagined 1,000. Holy crap. Heroescape is still alive. We're not dead. Cheap Panda, nice. Yep, homework is I graduate in July though, so we've been on a break here for a bit. It's been insane trying to work 40 hours in a salaried full-time job, just bought a house, while also keeping this hobby up just on the side, while also doing homework every night. ARC Command, welcome. So yeah. So I'm just going to be talking. What do you guys want to talk about? I mean, I'll probably just be on for 10, 15 minutes. So this is kind of the 1,000 subscriber celebration. I will say that this Saturday, I'm going to be doing an official video for the 1,000 subscriber celebration. And I'll also be doing a giveaway. The giveaway will probably be, if it's not Saturday, it might be posted a little bit later, maybe like Sunday or something. But the battle videos will be Saturday. We're going to have a tournament down in Utah, and technology willing, I'm going to go ahead and live stream the whole tournament. So let's see here. Welcome, Christian Rivas. There we go. Yeah, it's been a while. I know. I tell you, if you've done it before, if you've worked full time and done school, then you'll know my pain. It's fun. You learn a lot, but man, I'm glad to be done in July. Format, let's see, Soaring Rock. Yeah, seriously though. Yeah, Craig Van Ness, he said in my interview video that he's willing to work towards getting the Heroescape rights back. Hard to come by, or hard to build. I mean, think about it. All the different games, all the different miniature games that are already well established. It's not going to be anytime soon, but, you know, in a lifetime, you know, 10, 15, 20 years down the road, yeah, you know, unless somehow he takes off, which he could, but yeah, it's going to be a lifelong endeavor. Indeed, we are like VNOC Vipers. Nice. So the live stream for the tournament this Saturday is going to be 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. So it's going to be in Utah, and I'm just going to be live streaming starting around 11 a.m. And we might get started late. We usually get started late, 11:15, 11:20. So I probably actually won't start the live stream until we officially get the announcements. So the Duke on Heroescapers.com, he's our tournament director. Once all the maps are built, everyone shows up, everyone's checked in, he'll kind of do an official welcome. And so I'll probably start live streaming as soon as we get officially underway. So 11 a.m., be ready in case we actually start on time, but probably going to be like 11:15, 11:30 on Saturday, Mountain Standard Time. But yeah, I'm looking at the chats. So, I mean, if you guys have any questions, I'm just here to jabber and talk and just kind of have a moment here midweek before I post the official live stream for the celebration this Saturday. Clancy, welcome. I guess one thing I've been thinking about is General Wars. That's this week. That's this Saturday's tournament. I've got some ideas for an army. Anyone have any ideas for General Wars? 525-point armies, General Wars. And I think that's it. That's the only rules of the format. So if you have any suggestions, I'm open. I've got one idea that I'm toying with, but I'm open to suggestions anyway. So see what you guys have to say. Red Panda, do you play any retro games? Retro. What do you mean by retro? Explain that for me a little bit. So I was thinking about getting some custom dice. Actually, I was just looking at chessx.com. I don't know if you guys have done ChessX before. A lot of D&D players, well, any games that use dice do ChessX, but I was looking at doing some custom dice for that. I've got some pretty sweet images, HeroScape. Well, no, not HeroScape images, but they're like this cool custom like skull and armored symbols for shields. Anyway, not going to give it away yet, but that's coming down the pipeline. I'm planning on getting some new dice to have some fun with. Let's see here. What are you guys saying? Yeah. ARC Command, absolutely true. It is. The community lives. It's a pretty amazing thing. It's honestly a crazy phenomenon how long it's lasted. I mean, think about it. It went out of production even in 2010. 8 years after a game's been out of production with such a strong following as we have. It's just insane, right? So I'm going to be doing this for as long as I can stand and keep my sanity. So, I mean, if I get, Parkinson's or whatever and finally can't remember what my own name is, that's when I'll probably stop. So I'll be like the 60-year-old guy at HeroScape tournaments showing up and getting beat by some 8-year-old or something, but that's all part of the game. Oh, N64, PlayStation 1, gotcha. Yeah, Red Panda. So I play N64. Really, I mean, obviously you can play anything on that. That was back in that day. There's like 10 games, right? But really the only one that I consistently play is Smash Bros. Love me some Link. Link's pretty legit. So that's where I play. Let's see. Elves, vampires, gladiators, gladiatrons. Good ideas. Never been super good with elves. The elf pod is insanely hard to pull off. But someone brought it to Gen Con, I think 2-3 years ago. It was actually Vegetarian 18, I think, on HeroScapers.com. And just through the grapevine, I heard that he made it to day 2, I think. So day 2 of the Gen Con tournament is pretty impressive with the elf hero pod. Vampires, yeah. Cyprian is pretty awesome hero. Let's see. Gladiators, Gladiatrons. Never been super good with Gladiatrons. Gladiators, the steamroller. It's pretty hard, but super fun just because how stat buffed they are. Those guys freaking roll through armies on their own. Yeah, Cheap Panda. Yeah, you're right. General Wars is the format is you have to have all your cards in a specific general. Jandar, Ukkar, Ular. So you're required to follow that general. So that way you can't have, green scales and Niflheim, right? So, I mean, you can still have Raylan in there, but green scales are really only going to work with Charos in this type of setting. So it's the cross synergies between generals don't really occur So you really have to focus on getting the synergies between the general's own units, which there's plenty of them. It's just people kind of forget. They kind of forget how each general works together. So like certain armies like Kato Katsuro and the Ashigaru, those guys are pretty strong in general wars, only in the fact that you don't usually see them in tournaments because they usually get trashed by a mix of different units that work well cross different generals. But in general wars where you're restricted by the general of the card, Kato Katsuro and that army actually does pretty well. Big Bullfrog on Heroescapers.com, he actually took a tournament a while back with that army. It was Ashigaru, and he beat me, my wife, and my cousin in the same tournament. So that was pretty crazy. Let's see. So okay, cool. So you do Smash Bros tournaments. That's pretty neat. I did not know that Smash Bros was on the Switch. I'm pretty old when it comes to game systems. I mean, PC is, I play some, used to play a lot. Really no game system other than GameCube and N64 though. Xbox 360, I usually just play with people that have it. Some, play me some Call of Duty, but not big video gamer in the sense that I have a console that I play and carry around with me. No, let's see. Did I answer you, Christian? Oh, let's see. Maybe I missed that. Can I submit you a card I made? Oh, cool. Yeah, sure. Go for it. Yeah, my email is, I've given it out multiple times. I have no problem with people emailing me. I think the only time I would refuse receiving emails is if like literally every subscriber were like sending me emails every day. Then that'd be problematic, right? But honestly, it's such a niche group here at Heroescapers. We can answer each other fairly quickly. I'm not too busy that I can't answer a quick question or give you some feedback. So yeah, send me your custom. I'll take a look at it. How would you balance a 2v1 castle siege match? Maybe the wind glyph. It seems like a castle game would just be range flying spam. I'm not sure how to avoid that. Yeah, to be honest, that's man, I don't really know. Not many people do. With a castle siege map, the wind glyph isn't required, right? In my experience playing with a lot of castle siege maps, if it's 2v1, usually the number of units will just make up for the fact that you're in a castle. One point that I want to make first, though, before I say that, is that the castle has to have access points. And so an enclosed castle, impossible. You're never going to touch them, right? An enclosed castle requires you to not only have flyers, but some sort of beast mode person to knock down the door, right? So enclosed castles are fun if you're doing like a scenario and you have specific like items or different objectives that like open the door or, create a secret passage through the castle. Like I've done that before. So I'll have an enclosed castle and it's like, you search the bush and you find a piece of a map. And then like the map tells you where the secret passage is. And then, your units can go through that passage, right? So, I mean, you can do stuff like that. But when you're actually just trying to play straight Heroescape, the castle the people defending the castle, it kind of has to be a ruined castle, in my opinion. You have to have breaks in the walls in order to allow them, one, to even get in the castle, and then two, be able to access ladders. So you have to have plenty of ladders, because if you think about it, if you only have one or two sets of ladders in a castle, how easy is it for the person to sit at the top of the ladder and just block you from coming up? It's a major choke point. So you want to be able to have multiple ladder accesses and being able to allow them to assault through openings in the walls, in my opinion. It's not a perfect remedy. There's no perfect answer for that one. Truth is you just kind of have to almost preset the armies, specifically giving the castle people strong enough units to defend the castle, but not too strong that your attackers are literally getting picked off and can't do anything. So typically what I'll do is I'll have the castle people have limited range. So, Krav are insane at 7 range or Q9. So I'm not going to go and put Q9 on a castle, right? Q10 even with range 8, right? You're not going to put someone that can just snipe people from across the board. So usually just lower range characters, you get some maybe Togawa samurai archers, some elves, the Aubrian archers, kind of weaker units that are going to be really strong on a castle, but not like overpowered. So stuff like that. Trying to think. Typically what I'll do is I'll have an objective rule where in the center of the castle on the main level is like a Brandar glyph, and you have to access that glyph at the end of a round in order to like take the castle. And so that gives the attackers, if they're majority melee units, they don't have to get up on top of the wall. Basically, they just have to survive the onslaught of people shooting at them, get into the castle, sit on top of the Brandar glyph and then hold it till the end of the round. Usually that's what I'll do. So that way they're not required to jump up on top of the walls and try and knock people off, because then that just becomes a range versus melee and you can't get up and catch me on the wall. So one map. So hopefully that answered your question. Oh, yeah. It's an easy way to do it. Have a preset map, have a preset castle, like just a 7-hex castle or 2. Just stick it in the center of the map. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Okay. Well, I've been jabbering for 15 minutes, if you can believe it or not. So I've got I'll give you 3 more minutes. I have 17 minutes, it looks like. 3 more minutes. I'll cut it off at 20. That way people that are watching this later don't have to sit through just a bunch of me yabbering on. But if you have any other questions, please, just a couple minutes left, go ahead and ask me some questions. Like I said, this Saturday, I'm doing a live stream, for my tournament, or our tournament, the Utah-Idaho area tournament in Utah. It's going to be General Wars, 525-point armies. It's going to be at 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. I'm going to start live streaming as soon as that's over. Or, sorry, not as soon as it's over. As soon as it starts. So that'll be either earliest 11, latest probably 11:30. That's you. If we start late, that's probably about the latest it'll start, is 11:30 Mountain Standard Time. Square map of 4 players. Teammates are diagonal and 2 different players in the different terrain type. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, 4-player maps are fun. I haven't done one of those for a while. But yeah, square maps are pretty good. Opposite corners for each person. Yeah, I like that. And it's always fun throwing in just every terrain type. You never know. Never know what's going to happen. I've done that plenty of times, and it's fun when you get all your sets on the same map. Can you say Firelords 510 out loud? It's my tournament username. Firelords 510, that's your tournament username? Is that on HeroScapers, that's your username, or I don't know. Tournament username. Like your tag for like online games or something. Anyway. But yeah. 3-player maps. Yes. Yeah, 3-player maps, you kind of have to... Yeah, you have to make them symmetrical almost. Yeah, it's true. Lava is a pretty difficult terrain map to balance. The best way to balance lava maps is not making like a long string of lava where people can't be safe from, in my opinion. On a lot of balanced tournament maps, you're going to see lava kind of interdispersed along the whole map. So that way players use it to gain height or to gain position, but then can jump off really quick. I think one mistake people make when they're building maps, trying to balance competitive maps with lava, is that you're actually they'll kind of coat it along the center or in this big circle kind of thing in the middle. It'll just be all lava, right? Conceptually, it's pretty cool, right? But in practice, you deter most people from even bothering to get up on the height, because if you think about it, if you have a couple tiers of lava, even if you have 2 tiers of lava and you have to move 2 or 3 spaces into the lava to even get good height, think about how many spaces that means you have to move back out just to be safe. And if you get locked down, or if you forget about that figure, or that figure's out of position, so you just leave them there and you use someone else, then you're kind of setting yourself up for failure. And so in maps that do that, they misunderstand how to use lava. So if you look at a lot of the balanced competitive maps, most of those maps are going to have lava, and it's going to be kind of interspersed throughout the map. You're going to have pockets where people can jump up and be safe, or jump down and be safe, or move through it without having to stop. Like sometimes the lava is so long that in one move, I can't reach a safe spot. And so you're literally stuck. And so good map builders will make sure that someone, even in the center of the lava, usually will be able to jump out within a turn, within 3 or 4 spaces, so they can be safe. So yeah, that's a good point. Savaris being the champion. Yeah, early on when the first sets came out, Savaris was the champion. I was the same way. 9 range looked so cool. And then when you had the range +4 glyph, you just felt like a boss. Absolutely. There were many a game I just threw him on a castle and had people try to attack, and he map playable for the tourney to bring a melee army, and the map turns out to be very monotonous. The maps we're using at the tournament, we do get to see beforehand. There's eight, I think, maps that are chosen. So we get an idea of the different types of maps. They're all supposed to be competitive and balanced. And so melee armies should still be just fine. There's very few maps that we choose where it's OP or it's broken towards melee armies. Usually we try and build or bring maps that are giving melee a good help. Yeah. So thanks guys for jumping on. I'm going to duck out here. It's been 22 minutes of me rambling on, so I appreciate you just hanging in there. If you haven't noticed, this is my game room now. Got the HeroScape sign up there. We've got some art here. All the art on the walls here. Over here too. All the art on the walls is actually I won at the HeroScape tournaments. So I'll have to. You can see them there, yeah. So this is going to become a huge room of HeroScape as I continue to get more art. It's actually by True Murray. He's on HeroScapers.com. If you really want to, get some art from him, he might be willing to make some and sell some to you, but he's an amazing artist. Anyway, I'm going to peace out, you guys. You guys are awesome. Thanks for supporting me and being patient. Life is life, and only a couple more months. July, once that's over, I'll be here full time, back to my weekly videos. So live stream on Saturday, 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's when I'll be live streaming the tournament, and hopefully all technology will cooperate. So thank you guys. You're awesome. Best subscribers out there. See you later.